Hey guys, Jimmy from San Diego here. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and try to make this real brief. Um, First of all, I just want to say it's been truly inspiring seeing seeing Richie put up all these people, or I should say, brothers and sisters, because that's what I look at this as. Um, it's incredible what's taking place. I just it's literally like living in a dream. But anyways, yeah. So I'm out here in San Diego, California. Just wanted to thank Richie. Man, I'm just so glad that you remain true. I've been seeing your stuff for a long time. So anyways, so yeah, I'm out here in San Diego. We've been preparing for this for a very long time. I recently went into early retirement. I worked with I was in the insurance industry for about 18 years. I worked for the two top insurers in the country, or top three, Farmers Insurance and USAA Insurance, in case you're wondering. I saw the writing on the wall, and early last year, that was that. So yeah, so just I don't want to keep going on and on. I know it's probably time consuming for Richie to get to all these, even if he can't get to this. I understand, man. I'm pretty busy myself. But anyways, so I put up 3 videos on my YouTube channel that I've had for over 10 years. 3 videos. My first one was Ron Wyatt's. I don't know if anyone knows about Noah's Ark and Ron Wyatt. It's fascinating. It sounds crazy, but it's fascinating. So 10 years ago, I put up a video, and then now my second video was when the protests happened. It's about 2 years ago, and I actually had to stop someone from spray painting my neighbor's house at my grandma's house. And actually confronted the whole protesters. I look back and I don't know, it seems so contrived. It just really, everything feels so Truman Show-ish. But anyways, so this is my third video that I'm going to be uploaded, because I really think now is the time. I knew there was going to be a line in the sand for me. They've already taken my dad down, my grandparents, pretty much most of my family. But you know, I've been fighting, and I've been warning people for probably the last 5 years about this coming. I just been doing it in my realm of influence. I think we all have our own realm of influences. But it's kind of like how Jesus' ministry, you know, he started, he went to his own people, and, you know, they kept saying, hey, isn't this the son of a carpenter? You know, they just couldn't, their egos couldn't let go of the old, you know, what they just couldn't believe that he was God. And so I think we all kind of go through that with our own families, where they just look at us how they want to look at us. And so anyways, I think I did my duty for the last, I would say, 10 years in ministry. I've done all sorts of ministry, churches, been pretty active in trying to talk to people, warning people about all this stuff. I even warned people before all the toilet paper shortages and everything. And you know, what I did, a lot of my ministry was on the golf course, I'll be honest. I mean, that was the only way you could reach a lot of these guys that I used to hang out with in the claims investigation world, which I was a claims investigator, and ironically enough, is certified in fraud. So that's what I do. That's what I did. And there's a lot of that going on. But anyway, so I think it really, what hits it home for me is it really goes back to the scripture where Jesus says, you know, he who does not say my, who does not say my, claim my name in front of men, I'm not going to claim his name in front of my Father. And I think that's what it is, man. I'm not, I've been a pretty bold Christian. I'll be honest, I've stayed away from social media. But now it's kind of, there's nothing else to lose. When everyone around us is vaxxed, it's at that point where it doesn't even, they could do whatever. I mean, there's worse things than death. And so, but yeah, so I stand with you all. I'm out here in Southern California. I do have, we've been blessed by the grace of God. My testimony is pretty crazy. I mean, I've been shot twice. I'm my senior year at San Diego State. Out here, I know quite a few people. Just like I said, just a face-to-face basis. No, I've never really wanted to. I'm a really private person, but this is a matter of doing what's right in the eyes of God. My sole motivation now has nothing to do with money. I don't want really that attention or fame or nothing like that. I just want to go to heaven. And I have 3 kids and a wife. And God's given me all the things that, honestly, it's ironic. I would tell people that it's all illusion. But I've actually got to have a little piece of the American dream. I've got to have the house and the kids and the little league, and it's I can't believe it, but it all started when things got bad enough and I got shot, and when everything started going really bad, and I surrendered to Christ. And literally, you can put my life on a graph. Because ever from that day, I've never stopped preaching Christ, and that was, I think, in 2008. So my testimony is pretty hardcore. But anyways, guys, so I stand with you. No, don't live in fear. But we gotta shine for Christ. And the prayer I always try to pray is, tell God, ask God that whatever it takes to go to heaven, you know what I mean? If it means dying, whatever it takes. Because dying, I think, is the easy way out. I've been shot twice. And, it's living that's the challenge. And so don't have fear. And don't also know that this is not the end. So, yeah, a lot of us are going to die. But God's in control. If you read a Revelation, which I've been studying thoroughly, and I do think I got a pretty good handle on it, but I'm not, I think everyone does, unfortunately. But one of the things is understand that in Revelation, there's really 2 classes of people when it comes to Christians, and that's the people who get beheaded, who get their white robes, and then there's the people who get sealed with the seal of God in their foreheads, and the remnant, the 144,000. And of the tribe of Israel. And it's really those 2, and God's in control. Even in the Revelation, really talks about how there's a set amount of people that are supposed to die. I think it's in the 4th or 5th seal, where even they say that they ask Jesus, they're like, God, like, when are you gonna revenge us for all for what they've done? And these are the slain at the altar, the saints in heaven. And he goes, well, when the amount of people that are supposed to die. I also think how we look at Revelation, guys, the programming is so deep in the churches and stuff that we believe a lot of things that we really need to have eyes of a child and be willing to read the Bible, the King James Bible, for what it is. And by the grace of God, that's been my ministry. And it's really fulfilling when you just pick up the Bible and you let things mean what they mean. And when you read Revelation, think about it. Jesus came 00 AD to die 33 AD. hypothetically, I know some people don't really buy into the system, but I'm a big believer that God's in control of everything, and He lets certain bad things happen and certain good things happen, but He's in control of everything. Even the formation of Israel, all that, there's nothing outside His control. Even when people say, that's not this, that's not that, everything is God. He allows the devil to be our refiner, and to basically get rid of all the stuff that we don't need, like this world. So so the point is there's a set people that are supposed to, be beheaded or die how they're supposed to die, and then there's people that are going to be sealed. Now the interesting thing enough is it's really surprising how accurate the Bible is, because I mean, think about it. I think I was watching a video yesterday and Richie was saying how you might be the only person in your neighborhood, and it's so true. And so think about the numbers. Now, I used to think, gosh, the remnant, man, 140,000, that's not a lot of people. Who's those guys, Is that me? I don't know. But more and more, the more they get vaxxed, the more it's looking like that's actually possible. It might be that could be the small amount. But I think a lot of the Bible is more literal than people think, and I don't think people understand that when the revelation happened and a lot of the seals were open was when Jesus was crucified and He went to be on the throne. And even when you read Revelation in a simplistic way, everyone thinks it's like none of the seals were started, but think how scrolls happen. He conquered the devil on the cross. He started opening up the seals. That was 2,000 years ago. Think of all the events. Think of the Roman Empire. They talk about the 4 horsemen conquering. And so I just look at Revelation, or look at common sense, and look at it this way. Say, what events could have possibly already taken place? I mean, think about it. People say, well, the Antichrist hasn't. He's not known. Maybe you just don't know him. Maybe he is known. A lot of people think they do know him. And so if you really look at the seals and stuff, and look through history, we can't have this high and mighty, like all those horrible millions of people that are massacred, by Attila, and all the massacred by the Romans. That was their tribulation. I mean, when you're being fed to animals, I mean, it doesn't get very much worse than that for a lot of people. So when you look at this through those lenses, and we stop thinking like, think about this too. Like, even when they questioned Jesus about saying, hey, doesn't Isaiah the prophet need to come first before such and such happens? What Jesus says? He goes, yeah, he did. He was John the Baptist, and he came, and the point is it's not always obvious, and we sometimes got to let go of our egos of things that have been inbred in us, and when it comes to the doctrine, and sometimes we just got to really just go to the Bible as a child. And anyways, I said I was gonna make this short, and I know I'm rambling on, but thank you for all you guys do. Thank you, Richie, for everything you've done. It's time. I know for me, it's time. I know why we gotta try to shine and stand for Christ and shout His name, and with no shame. And because I want Him to shout my kid's name and my wife's name, so we get into the kingdom. So I'm here with you guys. My email, originally sd@gmail.com, just like it sounds, originally sd@gmail.com. My YouTube is Jesus is the Truth 619. So it's like 3 videos, a little interesting videos, but God bless you all. I'll be praying for all of you, and yeah, hit me up, email if you're out in SoCal. I'm probably gonna see people I know, but yeah, and then also just be encouraged, because there are other people like me out here. And it's sad because I check in with a lot of people, and it's like, every time I check in, there's always someone that's kind of fell to it. But keep the faith, guys, and God bless, and thank you for all your guys' courage, and I stand with you. All right, God bless.